the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Portland Snowhawks.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at what's now known as Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Tonight, we close out Week 7 with a good Monday night matchup between the Portland Snowhawks and the Cincinnati Bengals. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here come the Bengals now to take over. And a look at the man under center, now in his 8th season in the National Football League.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Play action with Morgan. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Christian Harris there, finding his way home to record the sack. You know, last week it was unbelievable how many times they were in the backfield. They had 7 sacks. Whatever they had for pregame meal last week, maybe they had it again.
I think they're going to continue to repeat it if they keep this up. But remember, we were at their facility, and we walked past the defensive meeting room, and what did it say over the door? Rush the passer. It's a philosophy. It's a statement. That's who they want to be, and they've been very successful with it.
An opening drive sack. They'll run on first down. Eubanks, he'll get this up to about the 44. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Morgan looks to throw it. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. 3rd and 7 now. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
The Bengals bring out their punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. On play action, it's Mahomes. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. Mahomes now to throw. They'll find Everett there, complete. Only able to gain a couple there, and now it's 3rd and 3. coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just scared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. First down, Morgan with it. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gonzalez. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's 2nd down. Here's Morgan to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. Now a handoff up the middle. Eubanks. And he's going to have the Bengals 1st down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I guarantee you, it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
On 1st and 10, it's Morgan. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the 1st down.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Morgan off of play action. He finds his man, complete. It's Gonzalez. From the 44, Morgan. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Throwing from the gun is Morgan. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a 1st down as well.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Eubanks. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Morgan. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Set to throw is Morgan. Flushed out, under pressure again, and down he goes again. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. The numbers for him from a week ago: 16 carries, 81 yards.
And as we discovered in talking with the coaching staff prior to the game, going up against a team that struggled against the run has only emboldened them to run the football more. I expect 40 to 50 carries in this game.
They go play fake. Mahomes. And Mahomes picking up the first as he slides and hits the deck. Clock running, under a minute to go now here in a fast-moving first quarter. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they got to play each game individually, right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 45-yard line. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second and 5. Mahomes going to throw. Completes it to Dixon.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. On 2nd and 1, Mahomes. This will be caught just inside the 10. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there
with his 4th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Snowhawks have moved out in front.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that drive, 12 plays in length, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club.
They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. So a big chunk of yardage will be marked off there for that PI call.
And now you know why receivers and the guys throwing the ball, they like to collaborate and just heave it up sometimes, because you can get these types of calls that go against the defense. Pass interference, and they gain over 30 yards of real estate on that one.
It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running back.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. They got to get it to the 21 here on third down. Now Mahomes. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to fourth down. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This from 54 yards away. And this one is right down the middle. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Cincinnati set to take over once again.
It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find...
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 52 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the second quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
And the whole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. And they'll run again, but he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss.
6 yards in the wrong direction that time. Not only that, but it brings up 4th.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So on 4th down, Andy Reid decides to send in the field goal unit. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3.
So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And it may just be the 2nd quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah,
let's get back on track here, and sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Morgan. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Morgan eluding the pressure right. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Morgan escaping the and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and they will take over 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was the visiting Bucks who were able to come in and win one on the road. The Buccaneers with the kind of victory that could save their season, because there would have been no coming back from 1-6. From there, we're off to check out another game, and they were losers in their ball game as they were outplayed by the visiting New York Jets. Calvin Ridley, over 100 yards receiving and a touchdown catch as well. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. And they were winners in that one as they defeat the visiting Seattle Seahawks. Dameon Pierce, a touchdown run in the victory. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race, very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. Mahomes now on first down. Flush to his right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. To throw on 2nd and 10. Mahomes Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Dixon. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
On first down, Mahomes. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule.
60 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And he'll work down inside the 45.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On the ground, they go with Young. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down. Here's Mahomes to throw. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mahomes over the middle, complete. That's Dixon. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 22-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Mahomes firing complete. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that's going to bring up second down. Now here's Mahomes. That is caught at the 7. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up first and goal.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the third quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the first and goal.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Now he's flushed out right. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
3rd and goal now, mere inches from pay dirt.
They'll try to run this one in. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
There have not been a lot of great moments for this defense throughout this game. Finally, they have one they can hang their hat on. A nice stop there.
So on 4th down, Andy Reid decides to send in the field goal unit. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
A gain of 8 and a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On first down, Eubanks. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now a handoff up the middle. Good. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Now they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Now Morgan. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. 20, 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half, and for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out, and as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Throwing now is Morgan. He's got this complete to Ayuk on the out route.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Eubanks. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Open man is Higgins.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Morgan. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. And this will be spotted on the... And the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And as a result, possession switches hands. Mahomes now on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd down, they'll run it here.
It's a solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 72 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries. Here's Young. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Working the middle here, that's complete to Everett, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he's going to get this down near the 25. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So on 4th down, Andy Reid decides to send in the field goal unit. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3, and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Morgan sets up to throw on 1st down.
Throwing middle, and it's complete.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
To throw again on 2nd down. Morgan. He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
1st down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field, and they hope to polish things off. And what a run they are on as they try to turn a 6-game win streak into a 7-game win streak. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. This is Young on the carry. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Young. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. And he's got the 1st down before being taken down at the 46. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll keep it on the ground. Young. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, it's Young. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. They'll set up a throw. And that will be incomplete.
Well, up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That passing incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Being chased out left. Oh, a strip. The ball comes out. But I think a Bengal player was able to get in there. He was. And they'll keep possession of the football.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
It certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off season.